All right, what's going on, guys? Young 46. We're gonna do a talk through here. Royal St. George heavy wins. Obviously, first and foremost, find the fairway. Like when it comes to wind aim, I just go by feel. I know here if I pull it a little bit, I'll be fine. Biggest thing, I just can't hit a push. So I'm gonna err on the side of pulling. Should be perfectly okay.
Good ball.
Always play this a little bit longer. All right, so this is gonna play like 103. Be a nice full 56 wedge. We're gonna aim out about 12, 13, somewhere in there. Simple shot here. Again, if I'm gonna miss, I want to pull it just a little bit. Got a little bit of release, not too bad. Doesn't do much. You're probably like right there. Good about that. I'm just gonna hit it a little bit harder. Got this wind in my face, so just adding maybe like a 0.5%. Nothing crazy for it. Just in case. Good wind. This is one where you gotta be okay with going in the bunker. Right, this is definitely gonna go in the bunker. I can aim over here. But I don't know, I just don't mind being in the bunker on this hole. I think it's a pretty straightforward shot. Wow, we leaped over the bunker. Drew a pretty damn good lie. Like the Cat of Destiny. Right behind me. I always play like 80% of the wind right here. So we play this 20. Just something about the angle. Kind of funky. You know? I'm gonna hit a little punch here. I could play it flat. I really don't see any issues playing it flat. I could put backspin on it. But I think on fast 8 greens, I think we're good playing it flat. Should get a little bit of release, but not a whole lot out of this. Well, pretty short. Let's kick the cat off. Alright, we lie short. But again, rather be short than long. Easy putt. Worst case, I always like to go like best case, worst case, right? So we know, I would say at most it's going to break that much. But I don't even really think it's going to break anywhere near that. So check that. That looks pretty good to me. I like that line. So we're going to play this we're not trying to ram it, but we're not trying to get it on the last roll either.
Great roll.
I did a little bit, but it didn't go offline. Interesting win here. It's always a tricky one. Because you don't want to overplay the wind, right? If anything, we want to underplay the wind. Because I'd rather have a 15-foot putt past the pin than a 30-foot putt up the hill. Not going to turn as much because we're hitting an iron here. So I'm going to play about 18 or so. Should be good. I'm going to go with the 3-iron. Again, I'm playing it a little safe. Bit of a safety play. Or not, or that came up 3 yards short. I thought that was going to land 2 yards long. Oof, good thing I played it 2 yards long and not pin high. Gonna hit this about 5 feet. About 5.5 really. This hole just plays Kind of weird. My goal is always to go long. Hole. Here you can play his tee shot so many different ways. A lot of people ask me, you know, full back, half back. It's so hole dependent. I think here I like a neutral just because I'm not going to get a ton of help from the wind, but I am going to get some. That's going to help with the release. And there's a nice little forward kick you usually get here. We've got some slope and all that good stuff. So you can see I got a really nice kick there.
That's a huge drive.
Pull back goes somewhere near that. It's not like I'm gaining a ton of distance, but I am gaining distance off of it. More importantly, if I miss dinging, it's not going to be as bad because I didn't put the spin on it, right? Less spin, lower time in the air, less time for mistakes to happen. I always like to play this one a little short. Even if I end up like 10, even 15 feet short, the putt is so much easier than going long, right? My goal is always to be short. We've got a ridge left. So I want to over aim to the left. And I'm going to hit this just a shade over 97%. I did a little, but again, I gave myself room to play the slope. Be still pretty good. Actually, I pushed it. Oh, I get those confused, but I did what I wanted to do. Ended up short. I had no interest in messing with the hole. Here we can see dots are barely moving. Here they're moving pretty quick. I'm just going to go kind of right in between the two. And I'm just going to hit this about 7 feet, 7.5 feet. All right, hopefully we get a tailwind. Neutral wind. I see some people hit drivers, all kinds of crazy stuff. In this wind, I just want to get close, right? So I'm just going to hit a neutral 3-iron. Kind of the same thing. If I miss ding, it's not going to be that bad. This will get me to the fairway, but never through. Unless I got a big tailwind. And this is kind of a weird camera angle. You can see it. It's a bit off-centered, right? So if it were like directly behind the ball, it would be over here. Makes it slightly more difficult to aim. I usually just use my eyeballs on this hole. Kind of trust my eyes here. I always like to add 2 yards to it. Would have been a good shot aim-wise if I would have dinged it. It was right on line. Just a little bit of a pull. Easy putt up the hill. Where are we going to hit this? A little over 10 feet. Shade over 10 feet. Good to go. Might have hit it about right. All right, let's get a good win here on the par 3. So it's an interesting win. Like you can make hole in one. You go off this little kick and bring it back. Got a little embankment here. If we go 2-3 yards past and left of the pin, it's going to be really nice. We do have a right to left wind, so we got to be careful. When the ball hits the green, it's going to release in the direction of the wind. So I need to think about that too, because that's going to be a factor in how much that's going to come back. So we got slow greens and working against the wind. Ideally, I'd probably like to land it about right here, a little right of the pin. Let it release. I'm going to play it somewhat safe. This is a very, very safe line. Going to land right at the pin, should release back. Just didn't get high enough. But we did get that side spin we were talking about. Not a bad putt. I think uphill left to right. Right to left. Looking at it, eyeballing it. So the very beginning of the putt, we're going to have a huge, well, not huge, but majority of our break's going to come right there. So I think it's just going to move it about right there. This view, it looks way off. I think this view is the view I trust a little bit more. So again, worst case, I think it breaks this much. That's telling me it's probably more like right there. I'm just gonna hit this 12 feet. Ah. Misting that one on accident. Easy putt there. Gotta hit the ding. Great win, great win. Anytime we get a win like this, hit it neutral. No need to put any spin on it whatsoever. We get a nice little kick off the hill. Now it might end up in 20-25 rough, but not bad. I mean, really, we're gaining 30 yards to go in the rough. I think it's worth it. Play this shot a few different ways. I kind of like playing it a little flatter and playing the release. Safe play is just to land a pin high and let it release back, especially on these slower greens. But that'd be probably like a 30-foot putt. I always like to try to go for the clutch shot here. Not put much spin on it. Worst case, we're going to release back 30 feet anyway. Best case, we catch a nice bounce and it stops close to the pin. We got the nice bounce. We just got to get over this ridge. Didn't quite get there. Just need a little more oomph. I don't like when you're right on two grids. So we're getting this grid, we're getting that grid. It's kind of hard to see. One of the things you can do, you can unlock the grid. Which I kind of like to do. Or you can go like pitch view. Whatever you like. Got the same view. I'm getting the same read in both lines. I think it's just going to be right there. Right there, and we're going to hit it about 62%. All right, we got that stroke back. This is a bad win, bad win. I'm not going to put too much backspin on this. The only reason I put any is because we're not going to get a whole lot of release here. I got to rely mainly on carry to get my distance. Now, if we had a tailwind, I could change it up because we get a little more bounce. But so I think the mistake a lot of people make is when they have these downhill shots, they don't think how the wind's going to affect it, right? Like it's not just linear. So whether it's downhill 10 or uphill 10, not the same. The wind's going to have a different effect. And more importantly, the best way to think about it is your hang time is going to be more. So the longer the ball hangs in the air, the greater the effect the wind has. Here we're going to over aim to the left just in case, which that should be good. And then I'm going to hit this. This is probably about 97.5. I'm adding about 1% to what I would normally hit there.
Oh, you're gonna like that one.
All right. Oh, everybody loves. This is a really good wind. If you get a headwind like this, you can carry the right bunker. And you can go a little right and still be okay. So I like to aim on like the very right half of that bunker. Went right of right. It should get a kick and still be good. Now we got that nice little slope right there. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. My bike just fell off. Holy cow. That made me jump, dude. Alright, we're gonna finish the round like this. Oh my god, that was scary as could be. Okay, anyway, so this is gonna take a nice little hop here. I'm gonna try to play for this big bounce that it's gonna take. Played it pretty good. Easy birdie. Pretty good front nine there. Just had the one mistake, and that was just a accidental misting. Pretty easy tee shot there. Again, we just want to find the fairway.
That's in the garden spot.
So this is an interesting one to play. And it depends on the club. Easiest spots to putt from, in my opinion, just right of the pin. And even a little bit long of the pin. Pretty easy. So that's the mistakes I'm trying to... I'm going to miss. I want to miss over there. I notice it doesn't play as much as it says. I'm not playing as much wind as we see on there. I'm actually going to try to just kind of bump this back. I hit a little push. I did it on purpose because I played topspin. The topspin, the ball's not gonna have as much left to right effect. And honestly, I was just too lazy to move the aimer. Stop my swing and remove it. But that worked out well. Just played a nice little release shot in there. Pretty good shot. All right, the other one of the treacherous par threes. And this wind is a beaut. It's a beauty. So we're hitting driver. Let's see, we got about 265. So we're gonna hit this about 86%. Don't need to make any adjustments. Ah, jeez. Pretty good though. Pretty good. It's just about right there. Looks pretty good to me.
Solid putt.
Good birdie. Very tough hole, especially with that wind. All right, so if I got a direct tailwind, I'd probably go for it. I'd just take a, if it was straight shot, I'd go right at it. Into this wind, we can be pretty aggressive. There's really no bunkers or anything that's going to come into play. Pretty straightforward shot. But if you're not a good bunker player, you need to think about that. You need to lay up short, hit 3-wood off the tee or whatever. 3-iron, anything, give yourself a nice little wedge in here. This is definitely going to be a punch shot. Well, not necessarily. I might not actually play a punch. I'm going to play this probably only about 17 in terms of the wind. I'm going to put a little bit of forward on it. Not a whole lot though. Just a little bit. And I didn't play as much wind because I knew I was going to put top on it. So just adjusted pre-shot there instead of misting. And you can do that. You can aim where you normally would. Slight little push. Good to go. It's not going to do much. I'm going to hit this close to 9 feet though. I'm going to take out any break that might be there. And you can see I misdinged it a little bit. I probably shouldn't have hit it that hard, so I just made the adjustment by misdinging. We have to watch these bunkers out here. These bunkers definitely come into play. So I gotta be careful. You can see this bump right here. You gotta be careful because everything likes to go kind of towards that bunker. I think I'm just gonna try to put back and carry this stuff. I'm gonna try to put a little bit of back just so I don't carry too short. Get this hard kick towards the bunker. See all those bumps and ridges.
Good ball. That's a huge drive.
Got to be careful here on which side I land it. There's a nice little spine that runs right here. If I land it on this spine, trickles down, that's a very tough putt up over the hill. Faster greens, especially like a right to left wind, you can land it up here and it'll come back towards the hole. But with this wind, pretty safe. We can just go right at it. I do need to watch my spin though. I think it could release a little bit. I'm just going to put about a little amount of spin as you can possibly put on that thing just to try to control it. We went left. Pretty safe play though. I want to miss. That's definitely the side. Easy putt. Maybe a little right to left. I hit it about 4 feet. Good wind here. Good wind. Now again, we've got to think about release and all that stuff. We want to put full back. We can get release on this fairway, so I'm just barely putting a little bit of spin on it. Hopefully we get a nice little bounce and it releases up 10 or 15 yards. See, we landed 296 and we got about 18 yards or so of release there. The biggest thing here is where do we want to land it? How aggressive do we want to be? We're hitting 3 wood in, although we don't have to. But 3 iron tends to come up a little short here. I think it's a risky play. Whereas 3 wood, a little safer, but it's harder to control the release. I think it's up to the individual. I'm actually going to try to go ahead and run the 3 iron up. So it's probably going to be on the fringe or in the rough. This is going to be right to left putt. It's not the easiest putt to hit. You see we got this nice little ridge right there to contend with. I think I'm going to putt it. Like right there. I'm not going to add anything. I'm going to hit this about 20, oh, I don't know, 24, 25 feet. Oh, I should add it just a little bit. Gotta add a little bit there. That was kind of a double factor, A, because I'm on the fringe, and B, I was putting into a headwind, which I did not take into account. Here, I'm just trying to hit the fairway. I'm going to go neutral spin. And this is one of those fairways where you can get a nice little kick. Too bad. So here you got to figure out, we've got a bad wind, right? This hole sets up for left to right. And we're coming in right to left. Ideal landing spot would be right here. And then let it release. Might go a little bit past, but very straight putt right here. What I want to avoid is being up here, because that's a sharp breaking putt. So if anything, I'm going to play her a little low. We want to be short. And I've noticed it just doesn't come back as much here, so I'm going to underplay the wind just a little bit. See if we can land this in the perfect spot. It was good, just that little pool cost me a very nice shot. So now we get a little bit of a breaker. You can kind of see the ridge I was talking about, you know, land it here and just let it release down a little bit. I'm going to look at the, I think this is the least amount of break I see. I actually like this line. One thing that concerns me is there's no dot movement there. I feel like I'm playing a little too much break here. I'm going to go back a little bit. As long as it breaks really firm right here, I think we're good. But I've also got this headwind, right? So now that I've got the headwind, I gotta hit it a little firmer. So we gotta make an adjustment. I'm gonna hit this just slightly firmer than I normally would. Ah. That was a bad par. I'll start with that pull. I just didn't put myself in a great position there. Alright, so this one we don't have any slopes or anything we can work with. It's just really straightforward. It should spin back a little bit. Obviously, we're going to get the left to right side spin. You got room to miss left, you got room to miss right. So there's really no really bad place to be. I'm playing a little bit more wind just to give myself enough room for the side spin here. I don't know if it's a head. It certainly looks like a headwind, so I'm playing a headwind anyway. There's that big side spin we talked about from the wind. Pretty good shot. Distance control was really good. About right there looks pretty sharp. I'm gonna hit this a little over 8 feet. Little misting there. Just gotta make sure we hit the fairway. And then we really can't control the kick we get. Gonna kick where it wants to kick here.
That's in the garden spot.
Just missed. It would have been nice if we could have caught this ridge right here. Would have really shot forward. A little bit of a headwind. It's not going to do a whole lot. If I'm going to miss here, I'd rather miss long. To me, long is one of the easiest putts in this game. So the plan here is just go long and make a putt. Which we went short. Should have hit it full. Yeah, I mean, not smart. See, we got a lot more break in this putt, where if I would have been back here, it's just literally almost straight. There was a little bit more wind there than I thought. Just didn't see that much. I gave it 4 yards. I probably should have played it 6 or so. I think right there looks pretty good. As long as it breaks. Maybe we misding this. I'm hitting it about 9. So just tug it just a little bit. I didn't want to miss wide. Good wind, but not a great wind. If we got a direct tailwind, I'm going right over those bunkers. But here, just playing it really safe. I just don't want to go in the bunkers. I'm gonna lay back a little bit more. I have a tendency to play this shot a little too safe at times, but You hit that little tug. It's not really that bad though. I don't mind it. 20-25. Obviously, I prefer to be in the fairway, but I always like to overplay the wind here. And if I'm gonna miss, I want to miss right, pin high or below. But it's hard sometimes with this wind. Right, pin high or below. That's what we're going for. Okay, or we missed left. But we stayed up. I really wouldn't mind. I would like to have been about right there is the ideal spot. It's a super easy putt over there. Here I left myself a bit of a troublesome putt. We got all this slope right here, and we have to figure out, we have to weed the crap out, right? Some of this isn't real. Some of it's just slope. I had to guess, which I am. Say it's right there. We're going to see this initial yank, and then it should be really straight. That's a little too firm. We get that big pull right off the bat, and then it's just straight.
Drained it.
Pretty good putt to finish up there. Overall, not a bad round, especially when we're talking about heavy winds. So, not too shabby. Nice little 53. I imagine that will win. We did make the 2 pars. 15, just put myself in a bad position. I had that slight little pull. Either way, I should have made the putt. And then 6, I just misdinged it. I was actually trying to hit the ding there and misdinged it. Overall, not too bad. We only dinged 24 out of 53, so it's not the best. 45%. That's definitely on the very low side for me. Typically, when I'm scoring well, I'm somewhere in the 60 to 66% range. Just goes to show you don't always have to hit the ding. A lot of that was self-inflicted because I missed ding so many putts on purpose, but not too bad. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the talk through. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And hope to see you guys in either the Twitch chat or YouTube chat on a future stream.